Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint. Look for something. Using ambient light rejection technology gain. Now, we're doing this demonstration just to prove, you don't have to prove anything, but I just want to show you that I've gotten a few conversations from a few customers emailing me saying, what is the difference between your product and Crow's UV Mix? Where he's stating that he has the same product as yours. And no, that's not true. Keep in mind that our screen paint is jet black, and the UV Crow Mix he has is gray. It's like a dark gray. So I'm going to show you in this demonstration. We're going to do colors, straight colors like red, blue, green, white levels, different mixes of colors, stuff like that, to show you the difference between the two. Now, as I said before, when it comes to a black screen, nothing's going to beat a black screen when it comes to contrast levels, and our technology produces white levels so high it has the ability to blend into screens that are lighter than itself, or lighter than it. Alright, so over here we have Crow's UV Mix, which we have right here. There's this mix right there. I'm showing you, it's a screen we painted it on, a nice large piece of screen, actually bigger than most sample sheets you see when I do demonstrations against. And right here, this is our Supreme 12 Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint. As you can see, there are two different colors. Right there, two different colors. One's black, one's actually gray. And so I can show you exactly the difference between our technology and his, because he's got it in his head that we are both the same, and I keep explaining to him we are not. So I'm using my Chrissy 4000 lumen projector, plenty enough power to get this started. So what we're going to do is we're going to take his screen, and we're going to put it right in the middle of, oops, let's drop that camera for a minute, right in the middle of my screen. All right? So you can find a bar. There's a bar right there. We can put a bar in the middle of my screen. Put that right there in the middle so it sticks. Hopefully it stays. It's been falling off from time to time. So right there in the middle of our screen we have his product and we have ours. Now you can see there's a huge difference, especially with the color of his product and the color of mine. My screen, as I said before, they are jet black. They are not gray, as you can see. And first things first, we're going to show off. Let me see the demonstration. Let's start out first. I'll move it over here quick. Because I had a little more. There we go. I knew I had the stand goes a little higher than that. Like, wait a minute. All right, so first things first, we're going to show off the color patterns. We're going to do white levels first. All right, so we're going to do a white screensaver. We're just solid whites. First, let that plumber remove this off the projector so you can see it for yourself. So there we go. There's his screen. There's my screen, showing off the white levels. Now, of course, he's going to produce a bit of a higher white level because his screen is basically lighter than ours. But as you can see, our white levels look absolutely incredible. For those of you who are not sure about this demonstration, I also did a live demonstration. I'll post at the bottom also. All right, now you got this white levels down packed in your head. Let's go over here and let's pull up a red level, just red only. So as you can see, where I'm showing off my screen, I'm producing a bright, beautiful red, and you can see on his that the red is faded. Just because you produce a higher white level, that does not mean it's a good thing. It can mean it's a very bad thing too, because your screen does not have the ability to produce proper contrast levels. All right, from there, let's go over to blue. Picking up blue right here. You can see the screen doesn't pick up proper blues. The blues are too light. So it's not picking up a proper blue. Alright, from there we will go over to green. The green levels are faded. Now from there, we will go pick up some real beautiful colors. Let's go over to, let me see. See where the reds fade automatically? Now any areas that come up gray on the screen shows that the screen is not producing proper contrast. It cannot pick up a black level, therefore it's going to substitute for a gray contrast level. can see our screen has the ability to produce amazing white levels. You know, I was told by this particular individual that our screens picked up a level that was so dark that she couldn't see anything. The screen was literally so dark, it was muddy and dirty and you couldn't see it. But it doesn't have a problem being able to blend in with the screen from time to time. And the reason why the screen gives off a kind of tannish look like that is because it can't pick up a contrast level. Especially when it comes to reds. Reds fade very, very fast when it comes to a screen that can't pick up a proper contrast level. Now we're doing this in a fully lit environment as it should be done. You know, and some people would try to argue and say, well, it's not ambient light rejection and all that stuff. But if you're going to basically say that they're both the same, then you should basically be prepared to have both of them done on the same level. Alright? Here we are doing a contrast level on a mountain scenery. And you see it's not picking up any contrast whatsoever. It'll pick up the bright colors, but when it comes to those dark contrast sceneries in here and here, it just can't pick it up. But it can pick up the colors. That's it, to a certain degree. Alright, we're going to bring in the Sony contrast demonstration. Like I said, these are demonstrations that usually screens like this will stay far away from because they know that they will not be able to pull that contrast level. Usually screens have to stay in the dark. But any kind of ambient light in the environment, they have to be in complete darkness in order to try to pull up a decent contrast level. But any form of ambient light in the environment is going to disrupt the picture quality. Which means it can't be an environment like this. There's too much light in this environment. That background is supposed to be showing jet black. Anyone's ever seen this demonstration? Like I said, it's not to put them down in any way, it's to show them how to do the demonstration properly. You know, to do the demonstration properly, not basically just do a lot of bright colors knowing that it's going to basically do well. And I see on the demonstration that bright levels on our technology were amazing. They're actually blending into his screen, proving that the screens don't produce images that dirty and that dark. I think there's an under the bridge scene here too. You see the shadow under the bridge. Yep, there we go. Some more night scenery. It's missing so much. All right, now we're going to do the LG snow demonstration. You can see the white levels and bright levels on our technology are extremely good. The screen is not dark, but it's coming out dark and dirty where you cannot see the screen or recognize the screen. Oops, see, I think it's just rolled off the screen right there. I knew it was going to fall off sooner or later because this screen doesn't do well when it comes to basically trying to stick another screen against it. It's not just with his, it's with all of them. They do the same thing. They don't stick well when it comes to this screen at all. All right, so let's come back again. And let's do the video, finish the video. There we go. Now, as in the description on this technology, I always said, in any video I've done, I said gray screens and white screens are going to be to produce a much brighter, especially white screens, are going to produce much brighter than the black technology, but the screens can hold their own by themselves. As you can see when we do demonstrations, and also as it says in the description on the website that the white levels may be a tad low, but nothing that's going to disrupt your picture quality, as you can see here. Right? We don't shy away from the white demonstrations. When you're doing white bright demonstrations, I don't shy away from them. I like to show those off. And this demonstration too was also done live. We did a live version of this. Just want to show that off. All right, we're going to do a food commercial or food demonstration. There we go. Show for our screen's magnificent white capability, white level capabilities. Now this is a demonstration that was done against my product, I guess, when he was doing the testing over there. I have to say that they're both the same screens, and they're clearly not. And they're probably both the same screens. And how can you make a statement that the technology is so dark you can't see it? You need something to eat real quick. Anything to eat all day. Well, not all days. I don't know how early it is. I'm up pretty early in the morning anyway. Our screen's able to produce those nice, bright, beautiful images. It's no problem. Where in his technology, he can produce bright images to a certain degree. Like I said, when the reds come out faded, different colors come out faded, but he can't produce contrast. And that's where he struggles at. So we're going to do a black level test. This is testing out the screen's ability to produce contrast. We'll go back to that demonstration soon. I want to show you the black level test that we do on our screens to prove that they can pull a black level. And this is, like I said, this is where his screen, we're not the same. Because black screens can produce contrast, so you see it's supposed to be dark here, and you can see where it's gray there. Now our screens are not supposed to be to produce white levels on that level, but we can. Get close. Faded image. Now in this demonstration, the flowers in the background are to be white. Are to be black. And we'll show you a couple of, you get a couple commercials in there to show you how amazing the how bright our white levels are. Sorry about that. Like I said, I haven't gotten any rest. I get up early in the morning. I was up around 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why I was up 2 o'clock in the morning. But I figured get up and I get some work done. And I wanted to get on this real quick and do some demonstrations on that roll-on gray screen paint we have coming out. Look how the flowers pop around that right there. How beautiful they look, how they stand out. Now, I'll pause, go back. Well, I'll show you this real quick. See how the reds fade? How they fade right there? And how they're bright here? Well, let's go back to those flowers real quick. I'm going to go back to that real quick. Yeah, those colors just stand out like that. See? And we're having a really hard time getting this to hang up there. Let's try it one more time, see if we can get up there to hang. It's really heavy Velcro, so I don't know why we're having that problem. So see, I can produce the bright colors, right? But when it comes to the contrast of the screen, it can't produce the contrast, and that's what's needed. And I said, our technology is so bright that it can blend into this screen with no problem whatsoever and produce contrast at the same time, where this screen cannot do that at all, period. That's what I like showing you. Keep it, you know, just want to show you on a detailed level of what you're missing. You need that black level to make the screen push out and stand out. See how the reds are faded right here? All the reds are faded right there. And there the contrast level is faded out. See our image is pushing out. See, that does not want to stay. Let me see if I can find something. I'm going to wait for a minute. I'm going to put this over here for a minute. I'm going to see if I can find something, other sticky tape. And maybe we can get this to stay up there a little bit better. That's fighting us. It's not going to stay there. Let me grab me a large piece of this Velcro. See if we can get this to stay up there. It's fighting me a bit. It doesn't want to stay. All right. Right there. All right, so we'll try it again. There we go. Just kept falling off over and over and over again. We'll go back a little bit more what we might have missed. Pause it here. I'm eating crackers, I'm hungry. But pause it here and show you how bright the technology, our black screen is putting on an amazing technology, especially for a screen, as I said before, that's supposed to be that dark. It's pulling up a white level that high to be able to blend in to a gray screen. Now, I know we'll have some out there that'll say, well, his screen's blending into yours. Well, it's blended into a certain degree. Look at the color of the flowers right here, the blue. See how bright and beautiful the blues are here? See how faded they are in his technology? And if you look at where it comes to the black levels, no, it's not an equal screen because the screen can't produce, the UV can't produce contrast. So keep in mind, we have the dark star 9 can blend into our screen. DMP Supernotes can blend into our screen. But if we do a contrast demonstration, they can't blend. They can't pull the image. Sorry about the squeaky noise. See? Can't pull contrast. That's why the screen's coming up tan, because it can't pull contrast. Try to use it as, they try to use it more like, okay, well, it's a good screen because it can blend into a black screen. It can't pull the contrast. Black screens are designed to pull contrast, as they're developed to do. Now, they do have the ability to pull bright levels, but it depends on how high the white levels are on the technology for that screen. As we showed you, when it comes to our technology, it's very high. So pretty much the high points are already there. The fact that you're saying that your screen can blend into it just simply says that our screen produces amazing white levels and we can match your screen with no problem. The thing is that when it comes to contrast, you can't say they're the same because these screens can't do contrast. That's why it's all gray here. It's supposed to be black here. We're going to pull up the color solid gray. It's a solid gray color we're going to bring up. Now keep in mind, The gray screen should do better because it is gray and our screen is black. But our screen brings out a gray and the screen right here is faded. Alright, let's bring out some beautiful colors where our screen is going to mimic and be able to blend into the other screen with no problem. And you can still see that tannish kind of look to it because, like I said, it's got to fade when it comes to certain colors. Mind you, as I said before, our screen is darker than this screen and it's still producing a very bright image. There you go. There is the star field, which I said is one of the hardest demonstrations for any screen to pull up. And this is one of the demonstrations that weren't done, and the matter of fact, no contrast demonstrations were done. Now, if we can blend, if the UV can blend into the 12 when it comes to color, and we can blend into the UV when it comes to color, how come the UV can't blend into our screen when it comes to black? And I showed you the snow demonstration. We were able to blend into that screen using the snow demonstration also. And usually demonstrations like this are done in the dark. They have to be done in the dark. It's the only way the screen's going to be to pull a proper contrast level. They'll never do this demonstration in a fully lit environment. Never. The screen won't do too well. The screen totally disappeared. My screen's mimicking the screen with no problem. There's a lot to be explained on how you try to convince people that the technology that we make is so dark that people can't see it. And yet I'm showing you this demonstration where we're able to show this with no problem. And like I said, there's a live version of this. I'll post that too at the bottom. There's a lot of testing in the live version. And you're watching our technology produce contrast, white levels, and colors at the same time. Where the UV is basically showing color, it's showing some white levels, but it's having problems with the contrast, and that's why the images are coming out faded. And you see how bright my screen is? We have a lot of ambient light hitting the screen. And my areas are always bright, nice and bright. I'm sorry we don't have any sound. You're just hearing the intro of my PS back there playing my gaming system. Came out earlier today to do some demonstrations off of that. So this is a simple and fair demonstration. We got our screens next to each other. I'm using a 4000 lumen Chrissy projector, 720p. The projector I'm using is 720p, and I'm just showing you the difference between our technology and his, that they're not the same. My screen produces a much better contrast level and beautiful colors. Like I said, the white levels are incredible. When you do these demonstrations, always in the dark. They have to be. This kind of lighting in the environment is going to disrupt the screen. I'm not going to shy away from the white levels. I never do. So So that's our white levels right there on a black screen next to a UV. And you can see how impressive they are. Very impressive. There you go. You can blend the screen with no problem. The screen is actually brighter than ours. You can blend it. Last one. As I said before, background in this demonstration is supposed to be black. So I'll show you the video right there. It's supposed to be a black background. In dark background. There you go. It's supposed to be black. The gray screen can't pick it up. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. I'd like to thank you all for your time. I'm going to take the lights on and show you the better chance the screen has of producing a black background. Like I said, even though in the dark